You look wary. I have something to help you relax, if you're interested. It's the finest skooma made with the sweetest moon sugar. It's gonna cost you, but I'm gonna teach you how to make the finest skooma in all of Skyrim and even Tamriel. All right, so if you played Skyrim, you know skooma. It's one of the most famous drugs, alcohols, whatever it really is in all of the Elder Scrolls series. It's iconic. There's so many good quotes about it. I mean, I just mentioned a couple. By the way, this video is not for any snitches out there, so don't be a snitch. But essentially what it is a highly addictive narcotic made from refined moon sugar. Now, we don't have an actual canon answer to what that is. In theory, it kind of sounds like pain. Can I talk about drugs on here? Maybe we'll just bleep it out and put someone skiing. Anyway, the first one looks like you're getting ready to hit the slopes. In reality, it doesn't have the effects of that skiing drug. It really has more of the effects of like something like what my girl in Breaking Bad loves. And it really slows down your body, but that doesn't really sound much like refined moon sugar. So I think the final answer is that it's almost like a version of crack mixed with heroin. But this is a bartending channel. I'm not making any of that. Not just because it's illegal, but because it doesn't make sense. So we are going to make a skooma cocktail today. Let me put my nice little, you know what, let's talk about this cool coin. This is a custom made coin that's meant to look like I think they're septims in Skyrim. If I'm remembering right, it's been a minute since I played Skyrim. But if you guys know Nick's Knight, one of the coolest YouTubers out there, he does all the video game glitches, all that cool stuff. He gave me this, so. You know, you live in Vegas, you get to meet cool people. But let's set that aside and let's talk about what we're gonna need to make skooma. This is actually gonna be a couple day process. My refined moon sugar isn't gonna truly be refined moon sugar. I'm not fermenting anything. I just don't really think it's worth it at the end of the day. But here's what you're gonna need. A fresh pineapple. Check this out. I have an entire thing of basil. We don't need this much, but hey. And of course, a little bit of cane sugar. We can call this moon sugar if we want to be exciting, but moon sugar is not real, unfortunately. It just is what it is, guys. I don't want to give away my plans for the drink just yet. Just know that pineapple and basil make a lot of sense for a skooma simple syrup, if you will. So just trust me on this one and slice open your pineapple. Also, this is the right way to cut a pineapple, guys. I don't know if you've ever seen this before, but this is the only way to do it. All right, so that's how I cut a pineapple. Whether you guys agree with me or think that's right is up to you, but that's the way I do it. And I guess depending on how you cut your pineapple, you're gonna wanna do about 10 chunks of pineapple, 10 to 12, somewhere in that number. We don't need a lot here, despite me cutting a whole pineapple. We'll use this in other stuff. You guys know me, I love to just reuse everything, to be honest. All right, now for the basil. This is beautiful, by the way. Let's find some leaves. We don't want the stems really. I mean, they can be in there, but we don't want them. Let's get 5 good sized leaves, or 5 or 6. We're done with the basil, we're done with the pineapple. Now it's time to add in our sugar. We're gonna cover this in sugar. I'm using cane sugar. And we're just gonna gently muddle this all together. It'll definitely help with the pineapple to break everything down. With the basil, we don't need to shred it. We just need to release the oils that are in those leaves. With the pineapple, I think you do want to mash it as best you can. All right, and that's really it, guys. Let's add in just a little bit more sugar. So there it is. That's all we need for the base of our skooma. But we have to wait 72 hours, so I'll see you guys on the flip side. All right, so our skooma syrup has been processing for 72 hours plus at this point. And it's looking nice and syrupy, nice and delicious, and I think it's gonna taste delicious. So let's drain this into a bottle. And I don't know if I said before, but I'm deciding to call this skooma syrup. That way, if I use it in future recipes, we can always go right back to this video, and we'll always have that pineapple basil simple syrup, AKA skooma. So let's strain this into here. Now, apparently I did not add enough here because I'm only left with probably a couple ounces. Obviously, I'm gonna dilute this because it is very strong, syrupy, and sugary. Squeeze a little bit of the goodies. All right, and so here's my main thing. Skooma is a nice purple color, but I didn't want to pick any purple ingredients. I suppose I could have done creme de violet, but none of that was really fitting with the vibe and taste and flavor profile that I want for Skooma. So what I'm gonna do is cheat a little bit. We're gonna add purple food dye to our Skooma syrup. And honestly, I think that's fair. I think adding a dye to a syrup is something a lot of companies do. So why can't I do it myself and just beat out the middleman? I don't know, so that's why I'm doing it. It might be cheating in some people's eyes, but in my eyes, this is just a delicious Skooma syrup. But also, I need to try this just to be 100%. Yeah, that's crazy. Wow, I think I have still a couple drops I could still get out of this. That's really good. It's extremely refreshing, obviously. The basil's in there, but let me get another little drop. I want to say almost like a pineapple pesto, just a lot less salty. This is gonna make a high quality, delicious Skooma. So we've got our Skooma syrup. It's finally time to create my Skooma cocktail. Now in the game, one of the side effects of this highly addictive, dangerous narcotic is the loss of teeth, which I'm not sure if I fully understand. I think that as some, maybe grinding, you grind your teeth so bad when you're high on Skooma. That's all I can think of. But regardless, that's why I'm gonna do a full ½ ounce of this highly concentrated Skooma syrup. We're gonna lose our teeth one way or another. Now I'm going to add in a ¼ ounce of absinthe. I think that's fitting for our very deadly drug, and we don't want the absinthe to overpower it, which is very easy if you're using really more than a ½ ounce can be dangerous. Now let's add in 2 ounces of gin. And to bring a little bit of balance back here, we are going to add 3 dashes of lavender bitters. As of right now, this is a stiff drink, so let's dilute it a little bit with a large cube. Give that a good stir, about 60 rotations. Today, I'm not gonna pour it over ice. I tried to find a bottle that most represented Skooma, even though it's actually like a Skooma crack pipe. It's not actually a bottle. But I feel like this one's pretty close to what you see in the game. So let's just strain that. Now, before I even try this, I still can tell it's a very syrupy drink, but it smells really good. It doesn't feel like it's been overpowered by absinthe, which I'm kind of worried about because it was a lighter ingredient drink. There just wasn't all that much to it. So we probably could have gone with 1/8 of an ounce of absinthe. I think that's the proper, yeah, instead of a quarter, we wanted 1/8. But let's see how it tastes. Let's see if it's just too much or just right. Oh, that's just right. Wow. Okay. Flavor-wise, it's not quite absinthe forward, but absinthe is definitely a strong player there. It's really refreshing. You get the basil, you get just a hint of pineapple. The lavender bitters kind of like wrap that all together. I didn't use the highest quality of gin, just something basic, bottom shelf, but I think it works with all the flavors that are here and everything that's going on. This is really fitting for Skooma. It's not overly sweet despite looking and appearing so syrupy. I'm really happy with this. I think this could be a highly addictive cocktail, and it's just so fitting for Skooma. This is really cool. We now have an amazing Skooma syrup, which is just simply pineapple, basil, and sugar, but it's absolutely delicious. We added the purple dye, and you'll see that in a lot more recipes. I think it's so fitting for this highly addictive drug. I might not even have any teeth by the next time I film because of all this syrup and goodness. If you guys like this video, you want to see more Skyrim, you want to see more Elder Scrolls, or you just want to see more Bethesda, let me know. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out.